What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 89th episode of Cartoon Fight Club. I'm your host, Animation Rewind, and if you're new to this series, then be sure to check out the older content. But if you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the fight. Tonight's episode was animated by Smackaderp, so if you enjoy what you see, be sure to head on over to his channel and subscribe. Speaking of tonight's battle, we have a fight between Dante the Demon and Deadpool. With all this being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 89th Round of Fighters. Deadpool is back on Cartoon Fight Club. The first time he was on here, he fought the edgelord himself, Shadow. And the second time he was on here, he fought the wanked baldy known as One Punch Man. Today, he faces Dante the Demon hybrid. And because Deadpool's basic abilities are pretty much absolutely the same as they were the first two times he was on here, I'm going to give you a super quick rundown of what he can do, and I'm going to give you some Deadpool updates. For starters, ya boy Deadpool is no longer cursed by Thanos. Which means what exactly? Well, it means that Deadpool is no longer banned from death. But the definition is still kinda unclear if I have to be completely honest with you. Now let me explain. Deadpool will still never die from any natural causes, and his cancer is still never going to kill him. So technically, Deadpool still has the opportunity to live absolutely forever. But immortality is not omnipotence, which means there are things in the universe that can now make him cease to exist. What would it take to kill Deadpool, you ask? Well, if every single cell in Deadpool's body gets destroyed, he will have nothing to regenerate back from. But this is where things get complicated. If Deadpool quote-unquote dies, he can easily escape the afterlife and re-enter the real world. Long story short, yes, the curse is lifted, but there are so many loopholes and ways around a permanent death that it really doesn't matter if it's lifted or not. And then there's the part where someone actually has to try and kill Deadpool in the first place, which is no easy task. Deadpool has a satchel with literally an infinite amount of ammunition, and his most important blade has the ability to take away anyone's healing factor. He's also skilled enough to keep up with the likes of Spider-Man, Wolverine, and even gods like Thor. Deadpool also has fourth wall awareness and the ability to break the fourth wall and tamper with the audience. Overall, Deadpool's banish from death has been lifted by Thanos, but there are many loopholes to the banish, and killing him to begin with is no easy task. Dante is the main protagonist of the Devil May Cry series. He is the second son of the demon Sparta and the human Eva, and the younger twin brother of Virgil. Dante is a paranormal mercenary private investigator and vigilante devil hunter, dedicated to exterminating evil demons and other supernatural forces, a mission he follows in pursuit of those that killed his mother and corrupted his brother. Dante possesses extraordinary powers far beyond that of any human being and most demons, thanks to the blood of his father, Sparta, running through his veins. Dante possesses incredible raw body strength even while in human form. He can shatter stone with little difficulty and often overpowers demons much larger and more imposing than himself. He's also blindingly fast, able to dodge speed of sound attacks and dodge bullets fired at close range, and even moves so fast that he appears to teleport. His speed is rivaled only by his brother Virgil. Dante can effectively heal from nearly any wound. Even the Hellprides were surprised when he ignored their attacks in the beginning of Devil May Cry 3. Combined with his great resilience, Dante's healing factor makes him virtually unkillable and also may grant him immortality from age. Dante is also equipped with around 666 weapons that range from ballistic guns to sharp swords. His main pistols are so strong that they can one-shot even the strongest of demons and monsters. Thanks to his half-demon nature, Dante can release his demonic power through his devil trigger. This turns him into a full-on demon. This form increases his strength, speed, healing factor, and even grants him the ability to fly. Surprisingly, the only thing in Dante's way is actually Dante. Dante does a great job at underestimating his opponents, allowing them to get a good early start against him during most fights. However, thanks to his quick thinking skills, this setback is something that he can overcome more often than not. Overall, Dante is an immortal demon hybrid with a wide arsenal and stellar healing factor. However, he tends to underestimate his opponents and can be his own biggest setback. And now, let's get ready for the fight! This battle's going to take place on Earth with no prep time. Let the battle begin!
Let's start the party! Let's do this! Woo! Come on, man. Don't be a bully! Hey now! Yeah! Let's rock! Right after sucks! Chew on this! Woo! Sweet, baby! Come and get me! Hey, do your job! You scared? Take care! Crazy? Huh. Come on, man.
Now before I go to war with all the Deadpool fans, I want to give a huge special thanks to the animator Smackaderp. If you enjoyed what you saw, head on over to his channel and subscribe. Now let's discuss Dante versus Deadpool. Okay, Deadpool versus Dante is quite a tongue twister. This isn't some basic debate where you can just choose a winner through power scaling. Low-key, however, Dante's overall power scale is larger than Deadpool's, but that's not how a debate like this would specifically go, so I'm not even going to mention that kind of stuff. And yes, the official winner of this episode is Dante, and I'm about to explain why soon, but if Deadpool wanted to, he could leave the afterlife and re-enter the real world. Just because the curse is lifted, it doesn't mean his death is permanent. However, why would Deadpool leave the afterlife? I mean, honestly, if you were Deadpool, would you leave this? I know I won't, and Deadpool's answer is he won't leave unless he's forced to, or he absolutely has to return to the real world. So yes, this debate doesn't fall under the eternal fight problem the previous Deadpools fell victim to. And don't get me wrong, Dante isn't completely banned from death either. He can also be sent to the afterlife. Just because you could live forever doesn't mean you would live forever. Could and would are two different things. But back to this debate. Thanks to Dante's Quicksilver style and his Bangle of Time, he can easily freeze time and disintegrate all of Deadpool's cells down to nothingness. Now this doesn't make the fight some curb stomp, because Dante wouldn't use this move as a first resort. He's way too cocky to make systematical decisions like that right away. But eventually, once the Quicksilver style or Bangle of Time is activated, there's not much Deadpool can do. And sure, Deadpool has a blade that can get rid of healing factors, but using this blade isn't something he'd use as a first resort either. He would have to know that Dante has a healing factor to begin with, which is something that wouldn't be possible unless prep time is involved. Speaking of prep time, if you want to see a 2-on-2 rematch between Dante and Virgil versus Deadpool and Wolverine with prep time, you know what to do. Comment down below the word rematch, and if this episode gets 4,000 rematch comments, there will be a rematch. Also, don't forget to comment down your ideas for future episodes of Cartoon Fight Club. And stay tuned, because the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club.
Aquaman, swift and powerful monarch of the oceans, with ability to summon and command all creatures of the deep. Aquaman.
By the power of Neptune, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy unite! Creatures of the deep, assemble!